Alrighty. This is our first podcast. Hopefully it's going to be weekly. It's going to be about sports, but mostly Minnesota. We'll see where this goes from here. I'm going to say we should just touch on the draft picks right off the rip then.
Yeah, start off with the draft.
Alrighty. Well, not a big surprise Zion went first.
Yeah.
If you would have told me he would have... I mean, it would have been weird if he didn't go first, but he's going to be perfect for the Pelicans because they don't got AD
they cleared AD for the.
But they do have Lonzo Ball. I mean, that's quite an improvement if you ask me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and I don't know.
Okay, to start off, I did not know a lot about this draft class, so
yeah, I knew.
I was learning more on the days leading up to the draft class. I learned about Garland.
Yeah.
A couple days ago, and I'm like, Timberwolves gotta get this dude, bro.
Yeah.
And then the main ones you knew about were R.J. Barrett and then
I feel like
and then Culver you knew about because he Texas Tech in the Final Four and everything.
He brought his team to a
and then you knew about Zion. You knew about Zion too and everything.
Of course. I feel, and it's you got this I feel like Ja Morant. He's got such a weird name.
Yeah, I didn't know about him. Did you know about him?
I knew about him, but I didn't know he had been looked over, and then people just started picking up that he was actually good.
Yeah, he had the sixth best season in NCAA history in 331
Which is crazy to me, but it's one of those things.
He recorded 3 triple doubles.
Wait, really? That's crazy.
Including the 9th one in the NCAA tournament.
Oh, there you go.
So pretty solid, especially for a number 2 pick. So.
Yeah. Well, I think, and another big thing here is I think R.J. Barrett, if they can get Durant in the offseason, even though he won't play this season, if they can get him, that would make that team significantly better.
Yeah.
Because
he's gonna start a point guard, and then Just funny, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that,
and hopefully Katie can bring somebody over with them, another big name.
I think that Kyrie Irving's not going to go to the Knicks. He'll be a Nets. He'll go
be the Nats. Yeah, that's been what the rumor has been recently.
And it seems very believable. Now, I don't know. I knew who DeAndre Hunter was. All right, but I didn't know how good he really was.
Mm-hmm.
He's a name that I knew. Where's he going? He's going to the Hawks. That's right. They made a weird deal. And the Hawks honestly need anything they can get. I think, you have Trae Young, who won't win Rookie of the Year, but he'll be the runner-up for sure. But they don't.
Yeah, Garland was expected to go for a lot of people, but the Hawks didn't need him because they have Young, so they took Hunter. They took the bigger man. The bigger man.
Yeah. Now, see, as Wolves fans, we were really trying to get that number 4 spot.
They were, Rosa was trying to make a splash, he said, and he did make a splash. He did end up moving up a couple spots, but it wasn't good enough for Garland.
Nah, and we were pretty much our only option was for the Wolves was getting rid of Rocco.
You can't afford that.
And we don't want to risk that. But I think
the defense would implode.
Yeah. I think, but we did make a good trade with Dario Saric and
I felt
the
Suns didn't really need that pick, but I do feel like it was a good trade.
No,
I feel like it was a straight. I feel like it was a good trade.
And I think Jarrett Culver. No, don't get me wrong. A lot of people wanted Kobe White. I completely understand that.
I did not want Kobe.
A lot of people really wanted Kobe White, which is fine. I get that he's a fantastic shooter, and of course he went to University of North Carolina where they breed great basketball players. But I feel that Jarrett Culver, I feel like just he fits better with the team. I feel the Wolves had said jokingly, probably, but probably not, that we would use him as a point guard. But honestly, I feel like if we can get a few if the Wolves can get some better players, we'd actually have a chance. But
they're trying to have Culver be the guy that Wiggins.
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't.
But we could, yeah. But, and I mean, but Kobe White goes, what, 7 or something like that? Yeah.
He went right after.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went right after.
No, and then apparently, originally when the draft was coming out, I'm not going to try and say this guy's name because I'll butcher it, but I'm going to do it anyways. The guy who played 3 years at Gonzaga, Ryu Hachimura.
Yeah.
If we sticked with our 11th pick that we had,
he wouldn't have dropped.
No, that was our original
he went 9.
choice.
He went 9. Yeah.
That was our original choice. So it's good that we moved up to get somebody better. And
the 11th pick was Cameron Johnson at the
which wouldn't have. But I guess the Suns wanted him, so it's not that. It's not that big of a deal. But I'm just trying to scroll down to see if there's anything crazy in the. There's some good names in this draft, like Chuma Okeke.
Yeah. Going back to that Cameron Johnson pick, though, I do like him a lot with DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker. That's gonna be that's gonna be a nice core they have going there in Phoenix.
Yeah, and
then possibly bringing in D'Angelo Russell. That's gonna be scary. That's gonna be scary.
If they could get him, but we want D'Angelo Russell for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that if the Wolves could pick him up, we'd actually have something. I mean, we could fill that missing gap that
starting 5 would be nice, bro.
That Jay Butt left in our team, and I think I say this time and time again that I think a good chunk of why Wiggins isn't who he was is because of Jimmy Butler.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that he was a huge
destroyed him. Yeah,
he ruined his confidence in himself. He ruined a lot.
Jimmy Butler destroyed the team.
He did.
He destroyed the team. He destroyed towns, like literally.
He was like Thanos in this situation. He just snapped it, and we lost everything.
Yeah,
it was a big deal. Now,
it was worth that. It was worth that one playoff win, though.
Yeah, I gotta say, it showed that we could win over a not so good showing from Rockets team. But it was the first playoff.
He was injured though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler was injured for that game. I mean, for that series. Yeah. So.
All I'm gonna say is that I'm still happy that it was our first playoff win in
that I've ever seen.
10 years,
since 2004.
Like that.
Yeah, since 2004.
So it's been a very long time. I mean, I wouldn't have been that old, but I was old enough probably to remember it. Now, if you go further into the second round, me and when I was watching the draft with my dad, we really wanted to hoped that Carson Edwards would be dropped down further to us, but of course the Sixers, gotta take everything from us.
Yeah.
They, so it's just, but he's a short guy, and we don't know if he'll be any good. But that's what we all said about Trae Young, and look at him now. He's this short guy shooting the ball.
You could say the same about Tyus, though, because he went in the second round as well. Tyus actually went late first round.
He went late first round. Yeah.
And he's really mediocre now. So
yeah, but he's good off the bench, and that's all we really hoped for.
It's okay. I guess you're right.
He comes out there to fill in Teague, who we don't want.
Yeah, going back to the Timberwolves, they have 5 wings now. They have Okogie, Wiggins, Culver, and now Covington. So they have to get rid of one of them, obviously now.
Yeah,
Wiggins.
and and our big thing now
who's gonna be dumb enough to
take
Wiggins.
Now, if you look at even the 43rd round, our second pick, we got Jalen Noel, who Noel, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. The guy kind of butchered it on TV, but he's so he played 36 games and averaged 16 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and shot 50% from the field. I guess that's fine. I mean,
what school did he go to?
Washington, I think. Didn't he? Yeah, Washington. So I don't know much about him. Not one of the bigger teams that they play on ESPN. He's not a Duke player or a.
Yeah.
So I don't know much about him.
You don't see him until March Madness.
And now we can get on to Bol here. Bol was, how do I say this? He could have gone earlier, but with his showing of 9 games, I'm not sure if that really proves that he could play in the NBA. Now, don't get me wrong, everybody can play in the NBA. It's just, are you going to be good enough? And that's what's going to come down to with Bol. But I was kind of, hoping that the Wolves would have gotten him, but we passed him up, and my dad made a good point that in the interview after he was drafted, he didn't really sound all enthusiastic. He just kind of was like, yeah, I'm ready to prove everybody wrong, but like in the most like
monotone.
It was the worst. It sounded like he was like, yeah, I'm in the NBA, I'm here, I don't know what's next, like I got no. So it may have been a good thing, but we are the Timberwolves. We're the kings of drafting bad players.
Yeah, butchering the draft.
So but
I don't know. I mean, if they can bring in one more player, I mean, the starting lineup is obviously like what is it? Right now it's Teague.
Yeah, we need a new point guard, but
Teague, Culver, and Covington, Taj, and then Towns.
So a big thing right now for the Wolves is that we're gonna have to make cap space. We're tight on money at the moment for how we're gonna, if we really want to pursue D'Angelo Russell or even Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
I would take that too, But how much was Dario's contract worth? I'm googling that now.
It wasn't a lot. He was on a good contract.
No, yeah, it wasn't crazy, but it's just how much space did he have on that?
Him and Rocco are a good contract. It was like
hold on. So he would have been paid. So we saved about, I don't know, like $7 million or something like that. Maybe less than that even. Yeah, he must have re-signed at some point for a bigger contract, and yeah. So we kind of lucked. We dropped about, I don't know, $6 million. I think I'm reading here. So that's a bad picture of him. But so you can make space, but you really got to think about. We have. I don't see the Wolves. Okay, now don't get me wrong. I think our only chance of getting rid of Wiggins was trying to wrap the draft pick with him, because nobody's gonna take Wiggins. I mean, maybe the Knicks will, because
I don't know. You hear about that 3-person trade with the Hayward, Chris Paul, and Wiggins?
I don't want Chris Paul though. I don't.
No, it would be. We would get Gordon Hayward.
It's not that
Gordon
bad.
Gordon Hayward would be. He doesn't have a good contract either.
No, but he wouldn't be that bad. I mean, I'd take it. I mean,
I don't know. I know he's coming up in age. He hasn't been the same after that injury.
No, I mean he was on the bench, and some games he would be scoring. He scored a couple 30 games, and other times he scored.
Yeah, same with Wiggins.
5.
So.
It's exactly how Wiggins is, but I think Hayward might be a little more consistent than Wiggins. And if you gave him more time, I feel like the Celtics had the starting injury, 5. Yeah. That was a big deal for them, and so
I don't know. I would to see Gordon Hayward's contract again, but I would be down for that trade.
Yeah.
The Chris Paul, Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, and we have to. A big thing for us is we got to get rid of. Like, Wiggins has the biggest contract, and he's kind of. Don't get me wrong, Joe Mauer was.
He's great. The worst contract. He has the worst contract.
Yeah,
in the league.
But don't get me wrong, Joe Mauer was great, but at the end of Joe Mauer's season, we were paying him way too much, and that's kind of the thing that's going on with Wiggins right now, is that we are paying him way too much, and he's not performing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he'd be like a good 6 man, but like his contract makes him look so bad.
Hayward's worth a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. And
so he's worth a lot of money. His average salary is like $31 million, almost 32.
That's Kirk Cousins' money.
But he's with him until 2021. And if it really comes down to it, I'm willing to keep Teague for one more season if it has to be that way, because then Teague could just be shipped out the door, because his contract with us would be done, and we choose not to re-sign him. I feel like that would be the way to get rid of. It wouldn't be the best way to get rid of him, but I feel like it's the more the easiest way, probably, because I feel like trying to find a player to trade for him is going to be really rough, and if we do trade for him, we're not going to get much back.
Yeah.
It's that's the problem about trading bad players, trying to find a trade for them, is that you're not going to get something good in return.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
it's just for the cap space.
It is for sure, and that's what it all comes down to.
Him and Wiggins.
Yeah. I mean, how much is D'Angelo Russell worth?
And Covington's on his last year, right? Or he's on one.
No, he's got 2 more years. He's got 2 more years.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. I feel that the Jimmy Butler trade really came down to we really got the better end of it. I think that, don't get me wrong, Jared Bayless is not the best, but they had to package him on to fill in all the cap space. So D'Angelo Russell's really not worth that much. So it's
now that he's free agent now.
But this upcoming season he's worth about almost $10 million. That's his base salary, is what it says. So I mean, that's still a lot of money. And Dario, that's about half of what Dario's worth. Not even half, less than half. So it's one of those things. It's just we're gonna come down to a lot of. It's just, how are we gonna make this cap space? Now, we have, within the next week or so, we'll have a lot more probably trades and pickups coming, and
yeah, there's gonna be a lot.
I mean, I'm ready for all them Woj bombs. This is the best time. I mean, it's just one of those things. But I'm trying to think, what else is there to talk about the Wolves? I mean, we could clearly talk about the Twins at some point too, about how bad they're doing right now. But I don't. There's a lot of free agents, but none of them want to play here, and it's because we don't have the biggest market and blah blah blah. It's one of those stupid, like, nobody wants to come to Minnesota. But Tobias Harris said he had interest, so we have something there, and Cat and D'Angelo Russell are friends. They've been friends for 5 years, I think they said. So we have something there. Now, it's just a hard. I mean, imagine if, it would never happen, but imagine if we could get, Devin Booker up here.
Yeah.
Cat and him would already be, synced because they played in college together. They'd be doing way more than we could ever hope for. But, we are the Timberwolves, and we're not the team to be making the playoffs and winning, but even though we all want us to, Minnesota sports teams have really struggled with that department in the past 20 years. It's been a real struggle. We've come close, but not close enough.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of those things. But how many... I just want to look at the MLB standings real quick. How many... What is the Twins' record now? I know we lost a bunch, which is no good. I think the Yankees all of a sudden became better than we were. Oh no, they're real close. But I mean, it's
just that bullpen is so trash. Odorizzi did not help today.
Honestly,
at all. And
don't get me wrong, I get our loss yesterday. I would take that loss fine. We went into 17 innings the night before and we won, which was great. But we're not a team that's gonna, wake up the next morning and come out and be cranking out home runs. But we also were playing the Red Sox.
Yeah.
But tonight, it upsets me because Odorizzi's better than this. He gave up.
Yeah, no.
He gave up 8 hits in 4 innings. Come on. That's not who he is.
Yeah.
I hope the Twins. I mean, the Wolves are my favorite Minnesota sports team, but right now the Twins are my obsession, and it upsets me that we do so well, and we gotta pick up where we left off. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd rather have Sticks out in center field than Jake Cave, but that's a whole nother story because Jake Cave can't hit the ball at all. I do, and also I like having Williams Astudillo. He's he gets everybody going. I think he's the one guy there.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Polanco hit a? Oh, he hit the home run. That's right. To get our 1 run on the board. No, and yesterday too. I haven't missed a Twins game this season, so I have a lot of
Twins
expertise on this.
Find your back. Yeah.
And yesterday, I think that what was his name, Sean Poppin, I think his name was. He is a starter in the minors for our AAA team, and he is 4-0 down there. Now, don't get me wrong, we probably shouldn't have started him off with the Red Sox, but at the same time, that might be a good thing. Because he could hit against the bat. If he can pitch somewhat okay, and it was his first start, so we probably had a lot of, emotions going through his body, but that the whole, if he struck out a couple guys, he also walked a couple guys, but, it's, if he can figure all that out, and when you're in the minors, you're not working with Wes Johnson, our pitching coach. He's very good at what he does, but it's just, we need to give him, I don't want him to come up and then to be sent right back down because he gave up a couple of runs in 4 innings. He needs more time up here. You can't just come up, lose real bad, and then be sent right back down. You have no experience. And, Cole Stewart came in to relieve for Odorizzi and pitched the last couple innings. He gave up no runs, struck out 1 guy, no walks, and gave up 2 hits. So, Cole Stewart, now he's another guy in our minor league system. We have really good starting pitchers in the minor league system, but the minor league relievers are just like the Twins relievers.
Yeah, they're shit.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think that there's some good Twins relievers other than Taylor Rogers. All right? I feel that Mike Morin, I think that's his name, Morin. He also is very good. Ryan Harper has something going for him. I even think Zach Littell, he's got something going for him too. It's just one of those things that they're all young. Way to go. They're all on the younger side or inexperienced in the majors. Where you have some of these guys like Kyle Gibson, who just hasn't looked the best this season, but I think he's slowly declining. But he has his one good game over time, and other times it's just awful to watch. And don't get me wrong, Odorizzi had 1 bad game out of his past, I don't know how many starts. It was enough for him to be, considered to be good.
He's pretty consistent. He's pretty consistent, yeah.
Yeah, so I still think he's the best starting pitcher we have. Now, we have Barrios, who can be inconsistent, but also one of the better pitchers we have. Pineda can be consistent, but it's more on the inconsistent side. I feel like Martin Perez, the Twins think he's better than he is.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, he's fine. He can, he gets strikeouts, but I feel like every outing he's had, he's given up a home run, and that's not good. And it's not like a little home run to right field at Target Field. It's like a good center field hit. So it's just one of those things that kind of frustrating, and it kind of upsets me too, as it's already happened. The Cubs got him, which is fine because I'm also a big Cubs fan. But our bullpen would have been so much better if Craig Kimbrell.
It would have been.
Or was it right? It was Kimbrell? Yeah. Kimbrell was there. We could have had, even if we could have gotten Dallas Keuchel, I would have been fine because we could have used him as a starter and moved Martin Perez to be a reliever.
Yeah.
He could have been
same with Craig Kimbrell moving him to close and then moving who's closing now Rogers or
Rogers usually closes the game if we're winning because
there's
some guaranteed there's guaranteed strikeouts, but he also gives up his occasional home run, or a run or two, or a hit. But that's not that big of a deal because his ERA is always really, really low. And I think that's a big, that's why we use him as a closer, because he has quite a bit of strikeouts. But, I gotta say, our hitting is the best it's ever been. We have our games where we can't hit the ball, like the series
But
against.
Barrios, the Barrios starts,
Yeah, but we have this
It's just the
great
bullpen.
team.
It's just the
Yeah,
bullpen, like, can't do anything except today when
it's
Odorizzi drops the ball. And
yeah, but it's one out of here. Let me look. Let me look out of his last starts. I gotta type that in. Let's look. So he hasn't had the bat. His last couple of starts have not been the best. He's pitched 6 innings, but he's also given up. He gave up 4 runs to the Royals when they were here. He gave up 1 run to the Tigers. It doesn't show me strikeouts, but he's given up. Before the Tigers game, that was beginning of the month. He had 3 straight games where he gave up no runs, and 2 of those games had 9 strikeouts, which is pretty great.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
But when he struggles and only pitches 4 innings and gives up 2, it gives up a walk and only 2 strikeouts, that he's struggling out there. And it's not a case of overusing. It's not a case of, because we can't overuse a starter. They're on a cycle. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to see, didn't he have a bad game this season? Like a really bad game?
I don't know.
I think where he imploded. Didn't he have that game? I swear that was this season. I don't know, but he had a game. I think it may have been last season. I think it may be last season, but as I'm not seeing it here, but he had a game where he pitched a third of an inning.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Where he gave up way too many runs, but I think it was just one of those times where he truly struggled, and that's kind of what happens. But how old is Kyle Gibson? He's 31. So that's not that old.
It feels like he's been here forever.
Yeah, I don't know when he was brought up. Remember when we had Lomo?
Of course you do. Of course I remember Lomo.
Where does he play now? Nowhere?
I don't know.
Oh my god, he's not on a team.
Yeah, because he's trash.
He is very trash.
With a capital T.
With a capital T. I always called him Lamo. I remember one time I kept screaming at him one time when I was at Twins game. But, I mean, we could just talk about the Twins hitters, too. That's the best hitting we've ever had. I by far. It's been a surprise. I mean, Polanco has the longest hitting streak in the entire league right now. He also leads the league in hits, which is crazy. And I also just found out that he's number 1 in the shortstop American League All-Star voting.
All-Star voting, yeah.
Which is crazy.
He's really good, yeah.
To me. I mean, mind-blowing. And, Kepler last season had his little bit of a struggle. He all of a sudden just came to play at the beginning of the season and has not, he's been hitting the ball real well. And we have, now, I think that Marwin Gonzalez has been a big surprise for me because I didn't know much about him, but he wasn't a starter, so it's, he was like a utility player. We've been using him, just kind of filling in for everybody else. But he's hitting the ball real well. Buxton's a huge improvement on last year.
Yeah, I know, yeah, exactly.
Huge improvement. And it's and Rosario's hitting the ball. We have everybody, but I feel that Sano came back, and
he had something.
He was on fire. He was seeing the ball. He could hit everything, and all of a sudden, he just swings at balls that aren't even close to the strike zone.
Swinging a noodle.
Yes, and even his fielding is terrible. He causes way too many errors. He doesn't think when he picks the ball up, or he'll hold the ball in the glove to try and get a better grip, which always leads to a base hit. I mean, Jonathan Scope is a little bit better, but he does also cause some errors, and that is kind of a problem for us. But our catchers have been huge for us. I mean, Castro's been all right. I mean, he's hitting the ball. It's fine. He hit a couple home runs. That's fine. But Mitch Garver has really, really come to play. You know, we have the best catchers in baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just one of those crazy things that, you know, it's. I hope we can play in the playoffs. I mean, we have that. Well, we have an 8
exactly.
now over Cleveland. I think
they're fine. They're fine.
Cleveland's running out of starting pitchers.
Mm-hmm.
So many people.
We're running out of bullpen pitchers. So.
I mean, yeah, they don't really have them either. Now, and I heard that there's a rumor that the Twins were trying to possibly try and get Brad Hand from Cleveland, but it wouldn't be worth it.
I'd be down for that. Anything would help.
I know, but we'd have to give up quite a bit to get him over here. You know what I mean? I don't think the Indians are going to be like, hey, you can have our starter for just minor league, or a closer for minor league guys. No, that's not going to happen. We're going to have to give up a better catcher maybe, or, you know, we have nobody to give up.
Yeah. No, we don't.
If we had, like, you know, maybe if we got, you know, Dallas Keuchel in there for a starting pitcher, we could hand over somebody else, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have the options to be hanging around, and our pitching in the minor league system is not worth. You're gonna get something bad out of it. It's just one of those things. But it's crazy.
It is. Let's get hope for the best for them.
Honestly, I hope that they don't come out of the All-Star game after it and just plummet into the ground.
Shake the bed, yeah.
I don't want that, because we've had something over the past 3 months of baseball. Our spring training didn't look that convincing. I mean, we were good, but not the best. But now we actually have something, and it's wild. It's the feeling of, like, winning a game, and, you know, our Twins team has never sold out Target Field ever. And,
I know, but now
now we're like every weekend they're sold out.
Every weekend it's crazy.
It's massive for the Twins. I mean, I went to a game and it was great.
Yeah, I mean, you were just there the other day.
Yeah, I mean it's a big deal. So, do we have any? I'm trying to think if there's anything else we should touch on, or.
I don't think so. Unless you want to talk more about the Timberwolves.
Do you think Kawhi is going to stay in Toronto?
That's a hard question.
I know.
That's a hard question.
I feel that I don't know if there's enough in the Clippers organization to send Kawhi down there.
Yeah.
I don't think they have. They've got the one guy who bugs the heck out of me. Beasley, isn't that his name, or something close to that? Beverly?
Avery Bradley? I don't know.
Avery Bradley. No, I can't think of his name. I think it's like Beverly or something. He bugs me. He's like a Draymond Green. He just kind of talks up and gets everybody to start fighting. But I think we've pretty much touched on everything. I hope this is one of those things that kind of sticks around, but I don't know. We'll see how the first episode goes.
You never know with us.
Yeah, honestly, we're not. Don't get me wrong. We can be consistent, but we can tend to be inconsistent as well. So,
thanks for sticking around. We appreciate all you.
Thank you. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you're still here, leave a like.
Yeah, exactly.
Subscribe if you want. This has been the Unnamed Podcast. I'm not sure what I'm naming it yet, but we'll get there eventually. Thanks for listening.
See y'all next week, yeah.